WoW,
Okay.
the original. So I have been playing games forever.
So have I. The first video game I ever played was called Boot Hill, and it
Really?
was and it was projected on a cardboard background. It came out in the late '70s.
Okay. Have you ever played Dark Age of Camelot,
Dark Age of Camelot.
which was really one of the first? It was before WoW.
Okay. So there's the catch: is I have not played very many MMOs at all.
Oh, okay.
Um, I avoided WoW because it left a bad taste in my mouth because at the time there were people I worked with and that's all they did all day. So basically, I was doing all their work for them.
Oh, yeah. I can understand.
My boss got pissed off about it, and um, when he and I were walking into work together, he was like, "Don't do anything all day. You and I are going to sit and play video games, and we're going to make those other two guys do some work."
Yeah.
It was when Counter Strike came out, and I was ranked number 8 in the world in Counter Strike.
See, I've played, when it comes to these type of games, I played WoW, I played Diablo, I played Knights of the Old Republic, which was Star Wars, which
Yep.
I bought this nice big thing, with this box and everything. And then a month or two into it, oh, it becomes pay to play instead of, you know, you playing and all that. So if you got a lot of money, you can buy what you need.
Yeah, it'd have been no fun.
No fun. And Star Trek got the same
Yeah, and son played. Yeah, one of my sons played Diablo a bit, and he said it was the same way. Pay to win.
way.
So I did
Go ahead.
play um, Diablo 1 online way back in the day. And then when Diablo 3 first came out, I played online. Um, and then the guy I regularly played with dropped off the face of the planet. And then I got my wife into playing Diablo 3, so she and I played that towards the end of Diablo 3, right before Diablo 4 came out. And I did 3 of the 4 betas on that. I didn't do the closed beta, but I did all 3 of the open betas.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the days when video games ran on 80, what is it, 8080 micro, or no, even before that, what was the Motorola processor?
Yeah. Uh, I don't remember. My first video game was Pong.
Yep.
That would have been my first console. Yep.
Oh.
Mine.
You see these people throw stuff out about
What's
uh,
left, you ask?
your, what was your first game and all of that. I like to show them the little when you. I do not know how old you are, but when you was in school and you would play games with your friends and you'd have a piece of paper and put a whole bunch of dots on it and try to close
Uh-huh.
in the box.
Yes.
That's my first game. There you go. Besides tic tac
I
toe.
love that game.
No, I'm in my mid 50s.
I'm 65, so
There you
almost
go.
60. And yes,
Retired?
yeah. Well, disabled, retired, kind of both. So,
Familiar.
I used to drive a school bus for the longest, but I got to where I can't feel my feet. So, didn't
Yeah, I drove a school bus too, and it was pretty much anybody who drove ended up having to need neck surgery going over the rough country roads.
you? Mhm.
Yeah, we live in the mountains.
Well, I
Right.
live in Texas, the flat part of Texas.
Most of Texas is pretty flat. I mean,
Uh,
not that our mountains are gigantic or anything. They're basically big hills. But I got tired of living in society, tired of dealing with. I like individuals, but I don't like people. Um, just I guess mob psychology is not for me. So I like to. As I get older, I move further away from large groups of people. When
Well,
we
I
moved,
don't mind. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
oh, really, yeah, when we moved in here, it was like basically the only thing around was 7-Eleven, and that was a social thing. You know, you went to 7-Eleven before you went to work, and everybody stands around outside drinking their coffee and talking.
Right.
it was right across from where the buses were parked too, so you got your caffeine fix and ran across the street to get your bus future.
Yeah, she used to drive a bus too.
I used to teach people how to drive a school bus. I've done that for about 10 years, and I think sometimes they were worse than kids. Especially, are we safe, by the way? Oh, I did not do
I didn't hear her either, but then again, we were
But-
chatting. So.
we were talking,
That never happened.
I know, you're good. No, I've taught, truck drivers are the worst. I've drove a truck for 30 years. Truck's not a school bus. They turn different.
Very
Yep.
different mechanics.
You
Yep.
still make the
Very-
same laps, but right turns are depending on if it's a transit or a
Right.
slow.
I taught people both on how to drive both of them.
Yeah,
Did
the
they
transit
win?
was
Go ahead.
the transit was a lot easier when you say um, went up a street that shouldn't have been gone up by buses, having that 5 foot swing over that clears potted plants.
Oh gosh.
When you end up with a 27.5 point turn, and all the kindergartners were cheering, "We're gonna get stuck," and I sang back to them, and I said, "No, we're not. See, we're not stuck." And we all laughed, and
The worst time I ever had, I was taking, uh, I I drove Head Start for 8 years. I loved it. 3 to 5 year olds, they were good. Parents was, well, something else sometimes.
yeah, the parents you could do without,
Yeah. But they were going on a
especially the
field
clock
trip.
watchers.
Yeah. They were going on a field trip to a place they had, called the Pumpkin Patch.
Oh yeah.
They had a child who had never been in school, had never rode a school bus. Of course, it was October, and they allowed them to enroll after their birthday. I think when they turned 3 or 4, whatever. And they set him right behind me.
Oh no.
It took approximately 30 minutes to get there because at the time we had a 50-mile-an-hour speed cap. We couldn't go over 50.
Yep.
So even though we were in the highway, it was not fun. And the kid cried the whole way there. And I'm not talking boo-hoo, boo-hoo. I'm talking scream.
Are we Oh,
Yep, that's when you scream
I
and
heard you.
cry all the way home.
Yes. So I got them there, and they went for 2 hours at the pumpkin patch. Okay. And then they got on the bus, and he cried all the way back to school that he didn't want to leave them.
uh,
Then he didn't want to get off the bus. Now, that along with the kids singing the wheels on the bus goes round and round over the crying.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
The kids kept trying to sing songs to drive me crazy, except they
Yeah,
realized that I didn't drive crazy because I could step out of the vehicle and I was already at crazy.
yes.
So I just went ahead and started singing it after they got tired of singing it with no reaction. I picked it up and started singing to them until they
Yeah.
were begging me to stop.
I have heard other bus drivers do that too. Well, I kind of play along like the Head Start requested me as one of their drivers, even though I drove Head Start. You know, for small trips they would pick, and they would say, "Hey, let Mr. D drive. Let Mr. D drive." Because when they would see the wheels on the bus, I would do the wipers, and if I could do just in an area on a highway or something, and I would honk the horn and all. They just loved it. That was me. I think the funniest time, and I'm sorry, I'm a talker. I apologize in advance. I'm here. I think Tara is. Yeah, he crashed. Okay. Will he be able to come back in? He should, wouldn't he? If he don't leave, in other words. So, because he got leveled. I'm sorry, I'm a talker. I do apologize. Okay. So, how can I have spent glyphs when I don't have any glyphs? I don't think. Look, I don't, because I don't have any Paragon points. How? There's no way I can spend glyphs when you don't have Paragon points.
well,
There you go. You
yep,
still
I
got your
crashed.
level 2. Yeah.
I got rudely kicked out of the game, and then I had to wait for it because the game is not finished saving your character.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yep.
58 and a half.
We didn't kick you until after it was finished. Oh, got
I don't know how that works when I crashed out of the game, but
If
I'm
you
not going
were,
to complain.
we're still in the game, and that's what Mama decided. So you know what Mama wants, Mama gets.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I was getting ready to tell you the worst time uh, that I ever. Okay, here I go. But I enjoy driving a school bus. You do have people that really get weird. Being called a racist by a white woman, that just really
Yeah.
gets me. I mean, and it all comes down to y'all driven a school bus. I don't know how. Head Start, you have to deliver them to their door and have somebody that's on a list to pick them up. Well,
Uh-huh.
this mom, she, the mom was white, the daughter was white, and a black man came up to the school bus and
Uh-huh.
wanted the child.
Okay.
What's your name, Mister? Okay, what's your name? Your full name, Mister.
Right.
You're not on my list. Well, then let me go get his mom or his mom or the child's mom. He went and got him. She came out. She was mad but didn't say it. The next morning, I got called a racist. I got cussed out because I wouldn't let her father have the child. I'm sorry, ma'am. He's not on the list. She called the school. She called my mom trying to get me fired, and all they said was he followed procedure. He had been on the list. He would have gladly let him have it. They
Yeah.
would let him have it. But if he was not on the list, and he did wrong. But I got cussed out.
Yep. Been there, had that. Not that to
Yeah,
that, right, but the getting called in for doing the right thing.
yeah.
And I got 10 minutes of the explanation how I should have been nicer and let the parent, you know, chew me out and not respond. But she was a block away from the drop off. She tried getting on the bus. I explained to her, get off of
You're
the bus.
you're not allowed on the bus. You're not
And
a student.
she said, well, I just need to take her to a doctor's appointment. She tells the child, come here. And I say, no, this is not a drop off point.